So if you're after, you know, a less stabilized shoe, so a shoe that hasn't got like the training wheels on, the Speed 3 is a very good option for that. Hi guys, it's Matt here. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing fabulous. I'm back with another review, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Saucony Endorphin Speed 3, which is the successor of the Saucony Endorphin Speed 2, a very, very popular running shoe from last year. The Speed 2 has been like a fan favorite, as well as I think it won numerous awards as well. But you know, a year later, Saucony decided to update the shoes, and they did it with they did a couple of subtle updates to the shoes, which I'm going to be talking about today, as well as, you know, what's the difference between the two shoes, how it feels like running the shoes, you know, what are the different parts of the shoes, and make a recommendation at the end whether you should buy the shoes or not. So let's get right into it, shall we? Before I get to that part, I'm going to quickly run through some of the basic specifications on the shoes. So the Speed 3 is available in the UK right now, and it's going to be, well, at the time of the recording, which is, you know, late July, and it will be available in the US. I believe it's the 16th of August or like mid-August-ish. It's slightly more expensive than the Speed 2. It costs it will cost $170 in the US and £165 in the UK, whereas the Speed 2 was $160 or £155 in the UK. A slight increase in price, which is not uncommon when it comes to, you know, new iterations of the shoes. It's not a massive, you know, a price bump, that it is more expensive for sure. What stay the same is the drop of the shoes. They stay still 8mm drop, but there's a bit more foam on the foot. So you got 36mm of foam under the heel, and you got 28mm of foam under the forefoot, whereas the Speed 2 had 35.5mm of foam under the heel, and whatever it is, 8mm less at the forefoot. So there's more foam of the same power and PV foam on the foot, which makes the shoes a bit softer. But more on that in just a little bit. Not surprisingly, the shoes are slightly heavier. So the Endorphin Speed 3 in this size, which is a size 10.5 UK and an 11.5 US, is 253 grams, which is 8.9 ounces, if my calculations were okay, which is slightly more, you know, slightly heavier than the Speed 2 used to be. I guess it's understandable because there's more foam underfoot, and a majority of the construction stay the same apart from the reworked upper. But I guess it's not a light dropper, it's just a reworked upper. So again, a slight increase in weight in the Speed 3. And the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3 is made partially using recycled materials, and I believe it's also vegan as well. So in case that's you know, something that you look for in running shoes, this is one of those running shoes. So what's changed in the Speed 3 compared to the Speed 2? There's basically three things. One of them is, I already mentioned, which is they got more foam underfoot, so it's a bit softer, the midsole. The upper has been redesigned, so in theory it's been completely redesigned from the Speed 2. It's set to provide a better fit, and the curved S plate in the midsole as well, which is that nylon winged nylon plate. In the midsole, I think the shape and then the position of that the plate has also changed from the Speed 2, but that's really all the changes that are in the new shoes. Now that we got the specifications out of the way, let's talk about the fit of the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3. If I were to summarize it in one word, I would say it is a spacious fit. Not in a bad way, it's not baggy. This is, as I said, a 10.5 shoe. I'm kind of in between 10 and 10.5, and I was slightly concerned that the 10.5 is going to be too baggy, because Saucony uppers, for me, they tend to be a bit more, you know, loose than other shoe manufacturers' shoes. But I was very pleasantly surprised with the Speed 3, because there's a lot of room, especially in the toe box area, but not in the sense that it feels like that there's no look down whatsoever. So there is definitely room for your toes to spread, and then your feet to expand when it gets warm, but in a very good way. So form fit, you know, very, very good. This integrated sort of gusseted tongue, but that has a light padding on it, which is really, really comfortable. I really enjoy that, which obviously helps remove the pressure from the midsection of the foot. And then you also have this. I mean, this was my favorite thing on the shoes, which is this very stretchy, soft laces. Moving on to the rear section of the shoes, you got a firmish heel counter at the bottom. It's in a good position. Like the heel construction has been redesigned as well, as part of the reconstruction of the upper. It hugs the heel a bit better, and then you got like a slightly flared heel as well. Light padding. I mean, it's not like minimal padding, but I think it's a lighter padding that you would like see on like a normal everyday trainer. It's very nice. Stepping comfort is superb because the opening, the heel, the collar is very wide. You can open the shoes as well because the laces kind of come apart. So really good stepping comfort, really good comfort in the shoes as well. So very well done, Saucony. Moving on to the bottom of the shoes, let's talk about the midsole of the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3. As I said, there's a bit more foam underfoot, and then you got the S plate. It's an S curve nylon plate. I think it's S curve nylon plate. Has also changed slightly. I believe, and again, I have not sort of confirmed this with Saucony, but I think this little black section on the side of the shoes is the plate. So this is like the stiffest area of the shoes as well. Anyhow, so the midsole, you got the Power Run PB midsole, which is the same midsole that was in the Speed 2. It's super soft. Your foot sits where this black line is in the shoes, and the sort of like the midsole kind of comes up to cradle your foot as well, which I think is really nice. It works really well, and I really appreciated that. Like, it didn't feel, I didn't feel unstable. And then so you got the redesigned S curve plate, nylon plate, which is Saucony's kind of answer to carbon plates. It's definitely a subtler sort of propulsion that the nylon plate provides, and then you got it like kind of further back in the midsole as well, so not at the front, which again is great if you're looking for that sort of natural feel with a bit more stability. I think that's how I look at the nylon plate. It provides a little bit of stability to control that gait cycle. It's not gonna like kick you forward, but it helps with stabilization, essentially. Moving on to the outsole of the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3, you can see I think it's called the XT900 outsole, which is been applied to the outsole. So like on the midsole in a pattern, it's quite obvious. You got the yellow section, which is the outsole, and you got the blue section, which is part of the midsole. In my opinion, I do like shoes with a good traction. Who doesn't? But and there's definitely traction. The XT900 provides traction. However, I wish there was a bit more of it on the outsole, especially like on the lateral and medial sides. The reason being is because the midsole itself, which is like all the blue exposed bits, hasn't got any traction whatsoever. So it's just like super smooth. And then you got like the nice serrated outsole, because there's just like little spots of this outsole. If there's like debris in the wrong areas under your foot, then it won't be able to provide the same kind of traction. However, on the positive side of things, as you can see, I've run in these shoes a few times, and there's literally no dirt or rocks or anything stuck in the outsole, which is great again, because obviously the actual midsole doesn't really attract anything, so it keeps the shoes very clean. The Saucony Endorphin Speed 3 has like a gradual toe spring, and it's really flexible as well, like the front section of the shoes. So if you're after like an aggressive kind of like push forward kind of motion, you'd better off using something like the Nike Streakfly or other carbon plated shoes than the Speed 3. Again, it's like nice and wide, the forefoot section, which again helps you with the rolling motion, but it's definitely not like a hardcore rocker. Saucony calls this the speed roll technology, which obviously in theory helps you roll, but again, I think it's like more like a gradual kind of roll, as opposed to like a, oh my god, it's like, it forces you to move forward. Again, it's nothing wrong with this at all. Again, it provides a very natural kind of a feel when you run, but it's not a super aggressive toe spring. As for flexibility, the shoes are, again, this is a plated shoe, again nylon plated shoe, and despite the nylon plate, the shoes are actually very flexible, especially in the forefoot area. Just look at this. I mean, you can literally fold this up. You could twist your forefoot, you can land how you want to land, and then again, as I said, you like around like the mid section, like the middle of the gate, you kind of come across the nylon plate, and it stabilizes things, and then you can kick yourself forward if you wanted to. So again, nice flexible shoe, and there's a bit of like a torsion flexibility as well, again, especially in the forefoot area. So if you're after, you know, a less stabilized shoe, so a shoe that hasn't got like the training wheels on, the Speed 3 is a very good option for that. How does it feel like to run in the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3? It's like, I'm gonna say it's a bit of a mixed bag, but not in a bad way. So if Saucony advertises the shoe as like a tempo shoe, a super fast shoe, and you can run, you know, you could do tempo runs in these shoes for sure, but the nylon plate at the same time like doesn't give you the same spring as a carbon plate. You lost a little bit of that propulsion, but you were given more of the comfort, you got more of that stability, and then you got more of that like kind of cushioned fast ride. And I wouldn't buy these as a tempo shoe. I don't think like the plate actually provides that much propulsion, but because of the softness of the midsole and because of how well they fit, you know, it's just lovely to run in the shoes. It's not too expensive either. Again, not a cheap shoe whatsoever. Again, you got the Nike, you know, Pegasus 39, which is like 2/3 of the price of these shoes. Not necessarily a super tempo shoe, but you know, still very, very nice. And then the most important question: should you buy the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3? So, if you haven't tried Saucony Endorphin Speed, the series itself, I think this is a good jumping on point, because you know, you got some updates. Thankfully, Saucony left things that were good in the shoes intact. So you got the same lovely soft midsole. You got the you know, a fitted upper, and then you know, you got a nice comfortable shoe that you can use for like a variety of kind of, you know, training. However, obviously the updates are subtle compared to the Speed 2. If you are happy with how the upper fits on the Speed 2, and considering that there are going to be a lot of deals coming out on the Speed 2 now that the Speed 3 is out, and then probably Saucony will eventually stop producing the Speed 2s, and we'll want to clear the stock of the Speed 2s, they're going to probably very good deals on the Speed 2. And again, those are excellent shoes. So if I guess you would want to try these on and see which one fits better. So again, even with the cheapness of the Speed 2, you know, you might prefer the fit of the Speed 3 more. If you had the Speed 2 before, should you get the Speed 3? I think if your Speed 2 is still in good condition, I don't see a reason to update. However, if it's at, you know, if your Speed 2s are at the end of their life cycle, you know, jumping on the Speed 3s is a good option. It's definitely not worse. It's slightly better, again, for a little bit more money. So, you know, if you put like, you know, 500 miles in your Speed 2s and they start to fall apart, you know, I guess you can definitely have a look at the Speed 3 and see if you like it. So that was it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. There's more reviews coming as always. If you like the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Obviously, it means the world to me. Small channel. And again, if you got any feedback about the videos, guys, please let me know. Again, I've got limited, you know, resources to do these videos, but if I can make them any better, so you guys enjoy a bit more, please do let me know, and I'll do my best to accommodate all the requests. Thanks again for watching, guys, and you have a lovely day. Thanks. Bye.